Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We are playing as England and trying to do the event that gives us a union over France. We've allied ourselves with both of the Iberians, and they are wanting French land, so we can actually pull them in against the French, which is going to be quite good. I've been thinking about it, and I think if I can maneuver it so that I can get both of them in the war, I think I will, simply because the only reason you would need Castile as an ally early in the game is to fight France more than once. And perhaps we can get our trust back with Castile to get an alliance with them later, but they'll probably rival us right after that. So yeah, if I can just do it with Aragon, that would be fine, but Savoy is practically their equal early on, and it's hard for me to focus all of my troops in the south, especially since the war goal is taking their capital for a restoration of union, which is Paris. So I'm working on a mission to get diplomatic relations with the Pope up, and that's fine. One of the things we probably want to do is work with our states, which we haven't done. It's only been a couple of years. I noticed that this province is very high autonomy, so go ahead and give that to the clergy, and that'll give us a little bit more taxes, which puts their influence up to 50. As England, we don't get the nobility, I guess something with the Magna Carta or something like that, which means we don't have an easy source of military points, which would be a little hard. Later on, if we do the absolute monarchy, I think if you do the republicanism, it stays the same. I haven't done it since before the estates were a thing in the English Civil War. Then you'll get the nobility back. I'm certain that you'll do it with the absolute monarchy path. The only way to get out of this government is through that event, so which is practically unavoidable if you are expanding. So what we want to do here is we want to, let's see, 10, that'll put us up to 60. That'll put us to 70. I don't need the admin points right now, but what I want to do is I want to get... I noticed that France has 2 cardinals, and if we were to invest points in right now, we have the chance of becoming papal controller, which will lower our aggressive expansion for this war, which is going to be rather major. So I'll send an emissary to the Pope, get 60. How do I want to do this? Unfortunately, this isn't enough to get that. But if I give them another province, like if I can get my hands on Anjou later, I want to raise their loyalty because this actually gives me some papal influence. So we'll sit like that for now. We don't really need the admin points at the moment, and I'll go ahead and grant monopoly charters and grant an admiralship. So up to 66%. An admiral's not necessary, but hey, we're England. We might as well use one. They actually do increase your trade based on their maneuver score. So it would give me a little bit more trade power. It's fine. So we're working on a vassalization of Ulster up here. And one of the things we can do, because we're a great power, this great powers list was added in probably Rights of Man. And basically it's based on who has the most development divided by some modifier based on the technology cost. You can see the Timurids are taking a penalty to it because they're a horde, and the hordes don't start with feudalism. Yeah, and you'll get half of your subjects' development here too. So that's nice. It gives you a few interactions. You can break people's alliances. Why do I click on that? It's green, so it's really easy to see. So like, oh, I want to click on that one. At the bottom here, you could take on foreign debt. That will give them a relations bonus based on the debt that they had, I think. They don't have a debt, but we can influence a nation, which will cost me a year of their income, which is probably going to be like 5 ducats for these guys. And you can intervene in their wars, or you can break their alliances. And they're breaking their alliances. You can only do that a certain number of times in quick succession, or people will turn it down. What we want to do is we want to influence the nation. And I noticed that we have a potential diplomatic disaster coming here with Navarra, in that if you look here, I noticed at the bottom that Juan II has a succession war between England and France. So it's entirely possible if Juan II dies, like, right after I get my union with France and does not have an heir, that I will get a personal union over both Castile and France. And that'll put me at -3 points for diplomatic. That's fine. That's well worth it. And that would probably make me want to do diplomatic or influence immediately rather than going for humanism. But the succession war between Castile and Aragon is the hard thing here. Now, if I can pull them in before the event with France, then I don't have to worry about it. But the only other way I can think of to get rid of this is to vassalize Navarra myself, which will make it so that nobody can get a personal union over them. Even me. It just puts my my dynasty on their throne. So I looked up what the surrender of Maine thing is, and it's a mean time to happen of 36 months, which is 3 years. On average, it'll happen basically towards the end of this year. Or next year. Yeah, I can count. It's not either of those things. Yeah, because the game starts in 1444, so yeah. It can happen immediately, but on average 3 years, and it can only happen before 1450, so you have an average of 3 years and a maximum of 5 and 2 months. So, yeah. We'll hope it happens soon, and especially if I can actually get that union, and pulling in both Castile and Aragon would be really good. You can't count on unions except for the ones that you can get through war, or if somebody's like 87, and you see this. The last game I played as England a while ago, I got a personal union over Ferrara, who owned a bunch of northern Italy, by looking and seeing, oh, he's 90. Let's marry him. Oh, personal union. So that's good. I should probably lower my army maintenance, simply because they're not doing anything. It's good about that. And once I vassalize Ulster, it just catches the eye so well. Once I vassalize Ulster, I can... See, I did it again. And then I can... I'll have a higher force limit. I don't know how much. Probably like only 1 or 2. Alright. Something else I want to do is I want to get a claim on Anjou, just in case. Build a spy network. Because I think we do want this province. It's part of one of our states. And the rest of the states are all owned by France, so if we get, you know, the event with France fairly soon. We're on Tver. And this guy's a Circassia. Yay, kill your rebels. Hopefully Aragon has time to recover. But if we pull both Castile and Aragon into this war, as long as we keep our guys close together and avoid any major battles until all of our guys get close together, I think we'll be pretty good. Unfortunately, we can't walk down through here because of the fort in Poitou, but I think we can get maybe military access through Brittany. I think that would let us go around like that. Yeah, because there's not a fort bordering Maine. We would have to siege Maine back, though. Since we don't have a fort bordering it. If we actually manage to get Anjou before the event fires, it actually gives Maine immediately to France. Bribes are not an uncommon practice, and with the right amount of money, we could perhaps manage to influence a cardinal to infiltrate a religious order. Oh, I didn't spend my papal points. My Jesus bucks. We could, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. We'll just automatically get 2. There we go. So we have 100% with 2 invested. Nice. So if he dies tomorrow, then we'll be papal controller. Now, if we can manage to do this, we might get the become papal controller mission. Should be really nice. I don't know what it gives you, but I'm sure it's valuable. And Navarre is still on the list. It's always allied with Provence, so regardless of who I choose for my expansion going forward, either Anjou or going after France, which is random, I will have to fight Savoy either way. It doesn't matter. If I can manage to fight them both at once, I don't think that would be a good idea. But it is possible that I could do it. If I could perhaps stack wipe one of France's armies, probably not this one, but there's like a 14 stack down here. Hopefully I can get this stuff done before this event fires. We'll have 3 months before we have to deal with the event when it pops up. We can always choose to give the province to France, but I'm not going to do that. That's for people who are probably choosing a much smarter route. Okay, 83. I'm not going to spend any of my money right now. If I need to go balls deep and mark up, get 20 extra guys and blow up France's stacks, that's what I'll do. It's worth it. I may do that preemptively. It's definitely worth it, even if I don't end up using them. I could just roll into another war with Provence right after that. Although my aggressive expansion might be a little too iffy at that point. Alright, so I could give the Pope a gift. I don't think that's necessary, though. The event's not supposed to fire until next year, but it could fire anytime. So I need 12 more of this and 15 more here. Okay. So Bohemia's a militarist. This is the reason I actually pulled this up. This guy's a diplomat. Actually, that was his interregnum. Or regent. That's the word I was looking for. And he's got a von Habsburg as his heir. This is pretty normal. Trust me, the von Hab means von Habsburg, not the Montreal Canadiens or something like that. Habs. Is it the Montreal Canadiens or the Alouettes? I can't remember. It's one of those Montreal sports teams. We're halfway there on our claim on Anjou. Hopefully Navarra and Castile don't do anything silly. Where are the rest of Castile? Oh, they're over here. Aragon's guys are split up. We'll definitely want to put our ships here blocking their ships from doing anything. With the guy there with 3 shock, the shock and fire pips for ships is basically exactly the same. It doesn't matter one way or the other. Alright, so 3 months on this, and a little bit more on the Pope. Actually, I'm not sure how much I'm getting per month on the Pope. I'm getting 2 per month on these guys. I think it's based on how much you actually have. So it might be lower, above 100. No, it's the same. Okay. Yeah, nobody's even competing with me. Usually Castile will compete pretty hard for it. I might have to go over the year to make sure of this, because it'll my influence relations with them will go down at the end of the year. No, doesn't look like it. All right, interesting happening. Crimea declare war on Theodoro. The coalition against the Ottomans is still winning. It's not an official coalition, you know what I mean. Alright. Not Leinster. I know they're pretty in green, but normally I would vassalize Leinster. Simply because of the better options here. What having an alliance with Ulster means is that I can block this strait. It's a little bit of a better strategic option. So at the end of the month I should probably get another guy. Do I want to... I mean, it's possible that I won't get an extra one, but I'm pretty sure I will, so I'm actually going to preemptively build an extra guy. I should get at least one force limit. Yeah, I got one. Okay, good. We're from Venice. My papal thing. I'm going to start improving my relations with Navarra to maybe try to avoid that diplomatic disaster. Although maybe I should start building a spy network on France to make my sieges go faster. Maybe. It's a new king for Portugal. Is he even there? Nope, but he's pretty young. Is Castile off this list again? Yeah. Navarra's still there though, so that's what I fear. And succession wars can still fire while you're at war. Alright, there we go. Influence in the Curia. So it gives us more papal influence. And yeah, we got the mission to become papal controller. Reclaiming Armagnac is tempting, because it does give us this manpower recovery speed and prestige, which is really nice. But it only lasts for 10 years, which is... It's basically 10 prestige. Which, you know, you think about it that way. It's 10 prestige. But the manpower recovery speed after such a major war could be really, really nice. This would be really good because the tolerance of the true faith basically gives you -2 unrest in all of your provinces. Not that we have any unrest right now, but it could perhaps be an issue in provinces that I'm going to take after the war. Plus the papal influence is not bad. We've already got plus 0.5. This will give us a total of plus 1. As a matter of fact, being a Catholic with papal controller is stronger than pretty much any other religion in the game. Except for maybe, like, maximum war-focused Shinto or maximum war-focused... I mean, not that you can focus on war with Shinto, but just a maximum war-focused country. There's only one country that starts with Shinto. Or, like, yeah, I can't think of one that's stronger. Maybe full piety Sunni might be better. Might be as good. It certainly isn't better. Yeah, let's do this. Gaining Armagnac is something that I'm probably going to want to try to do in this war, but if they pull in a powerful ally, like if they somehow get the Ottomans involved in this war, so they are very likely to involve the Ottomans in wars later. If I let them. I don't need you here anymore. Let's go ahead and start improving our relations with Castile. I should be doing things that don't give me slots. So let's get a transfer trade power from Navarra just to get their relations up a little bit better. Don't know if I want to spend money on them, but we'll certainly do that for now. So on average, we should be getting it by the end of this year. Hopefully we're not waiting too long, because we're wasting our potential expansion options by doing so. Alright, start building up my spy network on France, I guess. Actually, having claims on a place that is your union lowers their relations with you, so we'll go ahead and start building up. I can get a lot of claims by spying on Burgundy because I can get all the way up to here. So we'll do that. And I'll improve my relations with Castile. Alright. So hopefully this happens pretty soon. One of the things I'd like to have happen before that is getting the Margaret of Anjou event, just so that she's my queen before the event fires. But I don't think I lose the union if she fires afterwards. Certainly what it does do is avoid the disaster for now, since she's much better than our current crap king. Let's turn it up to speed 3. We're just waiting right now. If I got another vassal, then I could even increase my force limit more. Skills of the Queen Consort. Even before Anne married into the highest rank of the nobility that England had to offer, the Queen Consort was known to be a multifaceted woman, often impressing many a guest with her scholarly intellect and wit, while also displaying an impressive knowledge of military strategy. Perhaps this is why she was chosen as a royal spouse. Regardless, since her arrival at the court, the Queen Consort has continued to make an outstanding impression on noble and commoner alike. So this basically gives us a bonus to one of our techs. We'll see a little jump here until 67. So that's 20 years. Oh, it was military. That's awesome. That's great. Alright. So we're just waiting on the event. And was my prestige sticking up or down? It's staying level. How you doing, Ottomans? Losing by 60! Holy crap! They're doing really bad. Are they also at war with multiple people? Nope, just them. They were at war with Venice, I remember that. Oh man. I got a terrible trait. The king is even worse. Naive enthusiast for relations penalty. So I think I have one kinda good trait, but the rest of them are bad. Come on, event! Fire! I'm tempted to attack Provence, but that's not a good idea. Since I have to... I'll have 2 years to complete the event if I do that. While at war, and I don't think that's a good idea. Let's check what else I can do with Navarra. Ooh, there she goes! Margaret of Anjou. Our ruler suffers from bouts of insanity, and he suffered a complete breakdown when his son was born. Margaret of Anjou, his beautiful, passionate, proud, and strong-willed wife, has already taken to rule the kingdom in his place. She understands her duty to protect the interests of the crown fervently, a trait probably inherited from her mother and grandmother. Her mother fought to establish her husband's claim to the kingdom of Naples. Yolanda of Aragon, Margaret's grandmother, governed Anjou with a man's hand. She just, like, cut it off and ruled with it? Sweet! Put the province in order and kept out the English. You do realize that that doesn't look good to the English? She is the champion of the crown by virtue of personality and family example. So we can get a much, much better ruler. Or get 100 of everything and a free, better statesman. Well, we just got a really terrible, just terrible trait. So, yeah, she will rule us. It actually gives us more power here. She starts fairly young. How old is, yeah, 18. And we can designate Calais as a staple port, which you can't do for like 1,000 years because you have your terrible, shitty king. So Brabant's opinion will go by 150. Well, this is, what does it say here? In order to effectively tax things, we need to regulate them. If we were to designate Calais as the sole point of import for the wool staple, we would improve our tax revenues dramatically. So we, what we'll do, we have to have be at peace. The ruler has to have an admin skill of at least 2, administrative power of 40, which we have, and we have to not own Antwerpen, which is this province. This one, which is the center of trade for the English Channel. And yeah, until the end of the game, we get trade power, local trade power plus 25%, and local tax and power plus 50%. Even if we do later own Antwerpen, I think we keep that. But we also get 10 mercantilism, which is awesome. And Brabant's opinion, Brabant is a vassal right now. Yeah. So, this is great. Staple port. I think it just sticks around. So this is super good. Right, I wanted to wait 6 days. And look at what I can do with Navarra. So going over the limit, let me think about this for a second. So I'm going to have a vassal here who I'm going to keep for a while so I can feed them. I probably will want to vassalize Scotland at some point. I'm going to have a union over France. So that's 3 right there. I can choose not to vassalize Scotland. I can take their land by force. That's okay. But I want to avoid this diplomatic disaster. It's not really a disaster. You know what I'm saying. This is very bad for us right now. By vassalizing them. And this is something I normally do. This would give me 2 Basque provinces, which makes me more likely to want to accept them, which doesn't really matter. It's a terrible province. It's only 7 thing with mountains, which makes it bad. It's good defensively, though. And if I'm going to be fighting Aragon later, or Castile later, this is a great province. But I think, no, this is like the choke point. Yeah, this is actually a really good choke point. I do tend to vassalize them because before, when I was playing England, I tended to vassalize them simply to keep land out of Castile or Aragon's land. I think we'll keep moving forward with things that don't cause us to have a slot, though. Let's go ahead and influence them. How much does it cost? A little bit of money. I think that's okay. What else can we do? Can send him a gift. It's 25. Will they ally with me? Yeah. If I'm going to plan to go up to 3, then I can just choose to... And I'll probably lose my alliance with Aragon. But the royal marriage will stick around for a while. I've got a better queen, so that I'm actually gaining Diplo power, so I don't have to worry about it that much. Diplo is actually what you don't want the most early in the game. Although, with 3 subjects, I want to think about doing influence as soon as possible, so that I can get rid of them. Yeah, we'll think about what we want to do with Scotland, but I think we actually do want to go through with this here. The only other option here for vassalization, and I'm talking about this now so I don't have to go through this again later, is East Frisia. They're a 1 province minor, but I can feed them some of this land up here without that. And I'll probably... See, I'm just super aggressive as England. I will probably want to come up here and vassalize Norway hopefully after they take the ideas. Actually, Norway is one of the few people who will still colonize while being a vassal because they have ideas that give them colonists. I think Portugal has that too. Can we see that? Can we see what Portugal's ideas are? No, but I'm pretty sure that they do. They definitely have a range. So yes, I have my octopus's arms are reaching out everywhere. Just my brain is just thinking of where I can go and take over everything. But yeah, we have 2 more years before this event can not fire anymore. So I'm gonna think about this Navarra thing, and hopefully we can take care of France next time on Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. Yeah, and then after that we'll probably fight Provence, and we'll see where we go from there.